Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast. What keeps you motivated at work? Welcome to the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast by Business English with Christina. The Faster Fluency Conversation Club takes place on Zoom and is a way for you to improve your fluency and confidence in English by talking about real-world topics. We meet for 1 hour every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we would love you to join us. If you want to practice your English, become more confident, and meet people just like you from all around the world and have guidance from my expert teachers and me, just click the link in the show notes. Our podcast listeners receive a 50% discount on the first month of membership with the discount code FFCC50. Come and join us today. Hi, everybody. Christina here with the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast. I hope you're all having a lovely February. Matthew, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just wonderful.
Doing fine. You guys, you may have noticed in the introduction there was no episode number. Just to let you know so that you're not totally confused and wondering what's happened, we are doing away, which means we're discontinuing or we're stopping the episode numbers just because for us, we realized it was getting confusing with the videos and the podcast and whatnot. So no episode numbers, but of course, you'll know the title and you'll know the subject, and they will always connect to the topics of the videos over on YouTube at Business English with Christina. So just a little service announcement there before we get into the topic of the day. Matthew, are you feeling motivated to talk about what keeps you motivated at work?
Absolutely. Couldn't be more motivated.
I can hear it in your voice. So yeah, I guess I'll just ask you that question. For you, what keeps you motivated at work?
For me personally, I like new challenges. I like to be able to exercise my mind more and show that I am contributing in a positive way and growing as an individual and hopefully helping the people I work with grow as well. So, those are all things. Like we started this podcast maybe about 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, being on this podcast is like, it's a nice motivation, another thing to do besides, the lessons that we do. So I don't know. I like new things. I like trying new things and that stuff.
Yeah, it's good to have some of the stuff that's like comfortable and familiar, and it's maybe like a bit easier for you because you don't have to think so hard about it. It's good to have a little bit of that. But like you said, it's also good to have like some things that are new and challenging and exciting and a bit different, and where you feel like, maybe it's, I don't want to say like you enjoyed the fact that it's not sure to work. I don't think it's that, but it's like that process of like exploring and trying something new. And it's maybe like you can go to a restaurant, like just to make an example with the everyday life. You can go to a restaurant that you know and that you're familiar with, and you know exactly what you're going to order. It's great, but then it's also kind of exciting to go out and to try a new restaurant, and you don't know if it's going to be good or bad.
Right.
But you're like, oh, I'm going to get to do something different and do something new. And yeah, I think it's important to have both. Yeah.
Yeah. That's me. I love meeting new people, going new places, trying new things. And so, if that's combined in the workplace, that's perfect for me. It fits my personality. And then also, even in like individual lessons with students, I love when like a student asks me a question. I'm like, geez, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. You're like, I don't know. Let's look it up and let's find it. And
Right. So that helps me grow as a teacher as well, because I don't know how many students know this, but the English language is pretty complicated, and your English teacher probably doesn't know all of the answers.
Right, exactly.
To your specific grammar questions. And so that helps me grow as a teacher.
Exactly. That's it. And I think it's maybe it's also motivating to be in a work environment where you know that it's okay to say, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't know how to do this. I need some help. Because I feel like if it's, if there's like that pressure where it's like, okay, your boss explains it to you one time and then they expect you to do it perfectly. And if you didn't understand something, if you come back and ask for another explanation, they're like, why are you so stupid? I explained it once. Didn't you understand? for me, I feel like that's not motivating because sometimes
Right.
it takes practice or it takes 5 explanations, and that's part of the learning process, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And so, I like to also with students, you're not going to learn a word one time you hear it. Like maybe
Yeah.
sometimes you will, but generally speaking, you need to
Mm,
practice and practice and practice and practice. And yeah, the same thing in the workplace. If you are learning something new, you need to
mm,
study that and practice it and get the
yeah.
repetitions. And yeah, I don't know. I like learning. So for me, that's perfect.
Yeah, being able to learn. Yeah, I know, I agree. I remember I had a place that I worked at in the past, and like I wanted to do this diploma. It's called the Diploma of English Language Teaching to Adults. I'd been teaching for a few years, and I said, "Oh, I'd like to sort of level up my skills and learn some new things and whatnot." And so I went to the director of the language school I was at, and I said, "Oh, I'd like to do this diploma. It's from Cambridge University." And he was like, "Why? What's the point of doing this?"
Oh
And
no.
I was like, to be a better teacher. But I think for me, I was like, I'm trying to do my job better to,
Right.
like do better for your
Of course.
company. But I think he was just thinking of like, that means you're not going to be as available. You're probably going to ask for a raise after you do it. I was just like, that's so unmotivating.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel like I follow a lot of people, like
Mm,
listen to their podcasts and
yeah.
from like successful people. And their number one rule is always keep learning, take those
Yeah,
courses to continue your improvement because nobody's perfect. Nobody knows everything. There's always
exactly.
more that you can learn. So yeah, I mean, obviously I don't agree with his philosophy. And that's really too bad, I think.
Yeah. Look, I was just like, why would you not want me to improve my skills? Like, I was just like, I don't get it. And in the end,
Mhm.
like, I did the diploma because I wanted to do it, but it's like
Mhm.
I'd had no support, or like, he was like, I'm not paying for any of it. You've got to pay for it yourself. And I was just like, okay. But I think that's
That's very
probably that's probably why the company didn't survive very long after this guy came in. But anyway,
Yeah, but that's the opposite, right? That's
yeah,
very demotivating
yeah,
when you don't have the support of
yeah.
your boss or your coworkers or even in your personal life, your friends or
Yeah,
family.
also, if, like, your family doesn't support you, or maybe it's like you're a little less available because you're doing a training program or you're studying something, and it might mean that the other people in your family have to sort of, like, I don't wanna say pick up the slack because it's not like you're slacking off, but maybe you're not as available to, I don't know, cook dinner or vacuum or something like that. And yeah, it's good to have that support from the people around you in your personal and professional life, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, right. Okie dokie. Well, thanks a lot, Matthew. I hope you're feeling even more motivated now after this. And
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, all right. Well, talk to you soon. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Take care.
Thank you for listening again this week. As a bonus for our listeners, we now offer the transcript of this episode for free so you can read after listening. Our goal is to help you improve all aspects of your English. And when you become a member of the Faster Fluency Conversation Club, each week you also get exercises on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and more directly connected to the topic of the conversation each week. In addition to the daily speaking practice in the club, you'll also make friends around the world with professionals just like you, so you have fun learning and remember what you learned better. And because you listen to this podcast, you get a 50% discount on your first month of membership. Just use the code FFCC50. And if you'd like to join the club, the link for more details is in the show notes for this podcast. We hope to see you in the club.